All right, so here we have our calculator.net website, and this is a link to our Google Classroom. This is one of my favorite tools when looking at the costs of what a home actually costs, the monthly payments, and how much interest you will end up paying over the course of this loan. If we look at this site, there is a ton of information. That's cool. We have our home price right here. Pretty standard. We can find those on Zillow. That's just the list price of a home. Down payment. We need to make sure that we click this box right here. Oops, I need to get my annotation tool off. So right here, you need to make sure it's not in percentages, it's in dollars. If you did want to do it in percentages, you can do that. Just be aware that you don't want to put 65,000% instead of $65,000 as your down payment. Loan term, we will do a 30-year mortgage, and the interest rate. If I go to Boeing Employees Credit Union, they have our 30-year fixed. You can see that one right here. We don't want to refinance. That is a different type of loan, and you'll see, well, there's a 7% up here. That's for a refinance. Remember, we are getting to a time where we need to read the fine print, especially when it comes to money situations and loans that we are in fact applying to. So hopping back to our mortgage calculator, our interest rate was 6.88%. So we are going to use a realistic, up-to-date interest rate. Start date we'll do today. And for this part, we could include taxes, just to get a whole picture. If you wanted to really zero in on the principal and interest of the loan, then you could uncheck that box. Property taxes in our area, if we do dollars again, I think this home would be about $6,000. I know that because that's about how expensive my home is. How about that? And home insurance, $1,500 a year. Yes, if you have a mortgage, you are obligated to have home insurance. Why is that? Because the bank wants to make sure that they're going to own the house until you pay them back because the mortgage is a loan. The bank needs to know that their house is safe if a tragedy happens. PMI insurance, I think mortgage insurance is about, I could be wrong, I think it's 0.75. And homeowners association fee, I don't know if we have those. Other costs, we're not going to do those. I think that's what they're thinking, maintenance costs and whatnot. We're not going to do that one. Mortgage insurance, so let me make sure that I get that mortgage insurance right. Average PMI cost, it's 0.4%. Okay, I was off. So not 0.75, 0.4. All right. And remember, mortgage insurance, that goes away after you pay 20% of the total cost of the home. So in this case, 20% of this guy is about 170,000. No, it's not 170. I think it's about 11 or 12. It's in between 11. It's in between about $120,000 would be our 20% mark. And once we hit that, the PMI would go away. We click calculate. Boom, and there is so much information on this page. The main deal we have is right here, monthly payment. This is what we would pay for our house. Now you have a breakdown, and this is where it's kind of cool. The monthly payment is right here. Ooh, that's the loan, because right here it says mortgage payment. Then you add property tax, home insurance, and PMI. Oof, that PMI. You also have total cost for the whole 30-year loan, which can be a little eye-popping for sure. So you've got, wow. Yeah, you're going to end up spending quite a bit of money. The mortgage is going to be about double the price of the house, isn't it? Because of that. The interest, and that is what we're going to look at right now. But you have all sorts of stuff. Property tax, you're going to be paying that anyway. Home insurance, you'll pay that probably when you own the house. PMI, that goes away again once you hit 20%. So we are going to scroll down to the amortization table. This is one thing that gives you more details, okay? And you're going to see you have an annual schedule and a monthly schedule. And I'm going to go with the monthly one because this guy shows a lot of details. Right away, you're like, "Ho doggies, there's a lot of information here." But this is the key deal. Your first, this is how to read it. Month number 1, the date. Interest, oof. Almost $3,000, guys. So when you make your monthly payment of, what's our monthly payment? $3,400. $3,000 of that goes to pay the interest. Oof. Why? Because you borrowed such a big amount from the bank, that big amount gets hit with interest every single month. So you slowly shrink the size of that loan, kind of like slowly melting a snowball. So the first month of payment, only about $435 goes towards your mortgage, the actual loan. The rest goes toward interest. And you can see this amortization table. Amortization actually means like when is it finished? Okay, when is the end of your loan? When is it totally done? And if you scroll down here, you can see you're still paying like $3,000 in interest by the end of year 1. And end of year 2, we're at $2,900. Oof. And we keep going down here. And what you're going to see is, let's shoot to year 10 and just kind of look at that. Where are we in year 10? Wheel. Now, right here, instead of $400 of your dollars going to your mortgage, your principal, what you actually owe the bank, now it's up to $800, which is okay. We're hitting double. But we still want to figure out how can we minimize that interest. I don't want you guys to pay $2,500 to the bank. Oh, that's a lot of money. So how do we reduce that? That is the name of the game. And you're going to notice the longer we go, let's go to year 20. This is kind of like melting a snowball, guys. I've used that analogy in class. And here at year 20, look at this. We are almost even Steven. We now have more of our money going to the loan than actually to interest. So after year 20, my guess is, look at this. We're going to really, because this is only a 30-year loan, so we're going to accelerate the amount in the principal payments. Again, principal payment year 25. Now $2,400 is going toward the loan. This is how much is left on the loan, and this is the amount that triggers your interest. So as the principal goes down, so does the interest payment. Okay? And if we go all the way to the bottom, you're going to see interest payments just get smaller and smaller and smaller. What is the rate? Ooh, the rate of decline is about $15 a month. And again, end of year 29, 30, boom. This is where, of course, the last payment, almost all of your money is going toward the principal and very little is going to interest. Why? Because at that point, look at this, and this is just to help you understand, the principal is so small. Okay, 6% of $3,000, $19. Well, okay, that's how we get that small number. And how we can use this to our advantage, if we go all the way up to the top, guys. Right here, I'm going to show you all how to save $3,000. I know. And it's free. I'm going to give this to you for free. Check this out. So, on your first month, you owe $3,417 to the bank. Now, if you make an extra payment, now of this, remember, $436 goes to principal. If you could make an extra payment of the next month's principal, which is this guy, $439, you will save the interest from that month. What? So you put an extra $440 that first month, you save yourself almost $3,000. That is very significant. Now again, how can you get an extra $400? I don't know. Maybe you and your spouse are both working, so you can pick up some extra hours somehow. But again, you got 3,000 reasons to figure out how you can put $440 towards your loan. In addition to the interest savings, you also shave a month off of your loan. So your 30-year loan becomes a 29-year and 11-month loan. And if you can do that a few times throughout the year, let's pretend you do it here in month 2. And then let's just say, that was really tricky. Okay, it might take a few months to save up some extra. So let's pretend in month 6 you save up an extra $450, so you save up that much. And then you get your tax refund or a Christmas bonus or whatever, and you can put a little extra down here. If you can make 1, 2, 3 extra payments, you could still save yourself about $369,000. Okay? And in my opinion, that is one of the ways to play this mortgage game, is to figure out how little interest you can pay while, of course, being safe with your finances. Anyway, amortization tables help you understand where your money is being distributed in the payments to the bank. Okay? So again, interest, there's your penalty. Principal goes, of course, to the loan. You will also see this schedule, I think it's called P and I, which is different from PMI. P and I stands for principal and interest, which is what we have right here. PMI, of course, is that private mortgage insurance, and that one is a penalty until you pay 20% of the home mortgage. And again, this PMI, the faster you can make extra payments and hit the 20% of your value that you paid, the faster you can get out of this extra $200 a month payment. The minute you get rid of that $200 a month payment, you could just put that $200 toward your extra principal, and again, get that interest savings. So, again, point of this video is to show you guys this calculator.net. Tons of information here, and specifically I wanted to talk about this amortization schedule and table, and how we can use that to our advantage to save on the interest. And again, why am I so hopeful you guys save on your interest? Because I don't want you to pay an extra, where is it, guys? Look at this. There's so much good stuff here, guys. You got to do this. Your house price. You borrowed $520,000. The bank is charging you $710,000 of interest. We want to bring that down, okay? And the easiest way we can do it, well, it might not be easy. You will have to sacrifice maybe a bit of your, video games or whatever you're buying. Might not be able to get that new car. But if you can save yourself, $100, $200, $300, $400,000 of interest by making extra payments, you'll get yourself out of debt faster and have yourself a little bit of extra money as well. And not a little bit, we're talking $100,000. Anyway, hope that helps, and I will talk to you later in class if you have any questions. Bye-bye.